So welcome. Happy Monday night. I want to remind you guys before we get started with the McCalls that we're going to start on the 18th with the March On IPA Challenge. On the 25th, really? Yes. Thanks for dabbing. Shh. On the 25th, we're going to have an online opportunity event, a Facebook Live online opportunity event. So make sure that's all marked down. And here's something fun that we've been doing the past week. I sent a message to about 6 or 7 of my people that are working hard and wanting to move to the next level. I said, hey, I want you to follow these 7 diamonds, save every post you can find in their feed that you love, that speaks to you, save it. Now, how many of you guys know how to save a post on Facebook? I don't mean take a screenshot of it, and I don't mean like put it in your notepad. I mean literally press save post. You guys know about that, right? Perfect. So once you know all of these posts are going to be there, you'll probably have what? Stop it. Can you handle yourself right now, woman? You'll probably have, I would say 50 posts. That's 2 months worth of posts that you guys can use and make your own. So let's say you see an awesome post by Timmy Yancey. Recreate it yourself. You make a picture that looks like that of you. You rewrite it to make it sound like you. So that's a great tip. All right, when Susie and Chris, let me find them. Clicking on, she said.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear us?
I hear nothing.
She hears nothing?
I hear nothing.
You hear nothing? Okay, perfect. As long as you can hear nothing, we're golden.
Well, if you'd seen us trying to get on, you'd think we'd never done a Zoom before.
Do you have to go hide in your car to do a Zoom?
We are. We're hiding in a car.
Yeah, we're actually hiding from our children. Yeah.
So listen, our children are 23, almost 23, down to 14. It's not like they're little. And we have 3 dogs that are very energetic. And when we bought our dream home, thank you, Plexus, I wanted to make it where all the kids always wanted to come and be at our house. And I have succeeded. Succeeded.
Let me tell you why this plan is bad. Jennifer, our children aren't leaving. I wanted them to leave and go make their own lives. Instead, they're like setting up base camp right
They're like,
here.
why would we ever leave here?
Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah.
Yes. So, anyways, that's why we're hiding in our car.
Yes.
You guys,
yes.
I'm really excited because sometimes you get to a place in your business where you need someone to come and just kind of plug the cord in and give you a little jolt of electricity. Will you guys totally electrify us tonight?
You know,
I wish I had a song right now.
This is big expectations, but we were actually thinking tonight what we might do is some interpretive dance. Would that be okay with you guys?
I think I pulled a ligament, assassin, killer, a liar, assassin, Mom, Dylan,
Could we have asked for a better song right there? That was awesome. It was like we planned it.
Right now, Jennifer's daughter's crying.
I know.
No cryo. Susie will stop dancing.
Okay, hold on.
I'm like Elaine from Seinfeld. No kidding.
So
I really
bad.
am. I can't.
I've literally watched Susie went to a wedding one time and kids started crying. And I'm
Alita
like, Susie,
we
stop
should
dancing.
sing. We should sing for Alita.
Alita knows that we have serious skills. We left her, we don't like to embarrass people, okay? Because like we want to build them up. Sometimes when we sing, people are like, oh my gosh, you guys should be on American Idol like The Voice. We're like, we know, but we can't. We don't have time.
We told Alec, we just saw Alec this last week, and we said, we will be the entertainment for convention.
We'll do it. We'll jump up, we'll sing a song, and we'll bring up Alita. It was awesome.
It'd be awesome.
At the end of this broadcast, we'll sing song goodbye. Is that fair?
Got to, and real quick, they messaged me and they said, we don't want to take it away because you're the singing jewel, and we don't want people being like, you're way better than Alita.
See?
Seriously.
We're always thinking of others.
Right.
Always.
We actually had to have Alita sign a waiver. We're going to need everybody watching the broadcast tonight to sign a waiver at the end. We might do a special song to you, and I need to make sure that you guys don't suddenly like go, hey, Chris and Susie are singing, and we're going to put it on eBay. Go, right?
The best.
We're really something else, you guys.
Oh, God.
We're awesome. Hey, we're excited to be here.
We are so excited to be here.
Pumped.
Jennifer's one of our favorite people in Plexus.
Listen, we have so many amazing people in this company. Then you have leaders like Jennifer, we go, hello.
Hello.
Superstar right there. Love your story. We love everything about what you do.
I will never forget hearing Jennifer's story for the first time. We were in Tennessee.
Yep.
We were there doing an opportunity event with Helen and Sonia.
Yep.
And she got up and talked about the shower getting cut off like in the middle, and she still had, I think you still had shampoo in your hair, right?
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I'm crying.
Hey, how about me? I go, yeah,
yeah, I'm crying. No, I'm right. I'm right? Isn't that right, Jennifer? The shampoo like was still in your hair, water gets cut off, and it was
out the neighbor's water hose.
See? And it was at that point, like, I knew right then that Jennifer was my kind of people. Like, we've been there. We understand that kind of, we've been there.
Hey, so here's what let's do tonight. With your permission, we want to kind of just reflect back on, we'll tell you just briefly our story. If you've heard our story, then just kind of laugh extra. But if you haven't, here's what I want you to know. We're going to pause and we're going to say, hey, we were doing this by accident, but we want you guys to do it on purpose because it did help cause us to have some success.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
So for Susie and I, if you don't know anything about our story, Suze, share, why did we start Plexus?
We started Plexus because I could not quit Diet Dr. Pepper.
Thank you,
Literally.
Lord. Thank you, Lord, for Susie being addicted to Diet Dr. Pepper.
And so here's what you have to know. I was super disciplined. Like, I'm teaching fitness classes. I ate very healthy. I was running marathons. So disciplined. And then I had this stupid Diet Dr. Pepper habit. I could not break it. I knew all about aspartame. I read every article. Women my age were having strokes for unexplainable reasons. And I still drank 2 cans every single day. I had Mr. McColl living with me,
Thank
who
you,
was
Susie.
the most unhealthy person you've ever met. The healthier I got we got married really young, 19 and 21. The more healthy I got over the years, the more he went the opposite way.
This is true.
Like, if I was going to run 26 miles in a marathon, he was going to...
I would literally sit in my recliner like, I'm going to do it for 26 hours straight, Suze. I'm going for a record. I mean, just because it would drive her crazy. I would take a Big Mac and dip it in butter and be like, yummy. And she would just, like, her head would explode.
He was the only person alive still coming home with, like, white bread.
And I'm like, it didn't kill me. I'm
dogs.
alive, right? Yeah.
And so to say that... here's our 2 biggest fights before Plexus. His health, because it was horrible, and finances, because they were horrible for a long time.
Yep.
And we went really, really, really broke. We got married really young. We made a lot of money really young.
I had a male stripping career that was going awesome. I'm kidding. There
was never any stripping that
Susie
went on.
was my best customer. She kept... Hey, Susie, hey.
I can't take you anywhere.
I know. Okay, so look.
We were really broke.
Yeah.
And we were in the mortgage business.
Yes.
And things were great. I was a stay-at-home mom. I love being a mom. Like, I love being a mom. I'm good at it. 4 kids. Well, I think I'm good at it.
We'll report back later.
A couple more years.
But then we went really broke. When the industry crashed, we crashed with it.
Really badly.
And you know what's funny about our story is we now reflect on that time and we say the best thing that ever happened to us.
But it wasn't a fun time.
Oh, not at the time. It was a disaster. But I tell you that part of the story because it's important that if we always had things easy, it would not give us a perspective of having what we have now with Plexus. And so part of the reason we're telling you this is literally you guys have aligned yourselves with the greatest company at the greatest time ever, but it's going to take work. It's going to take effort on your part. And so you have to be prepared to look in the mirror and say, great news, you get to take credit for your success. And at the same time, you have to own your failures. It's the hardest thing we do. Most people quit about the time they have to look in the mirror and they go, maybe if I go chase new company and if I get it early, maybe I'll make some money. Guess what? You're the common denominator at new company. And so when you are a part of something so great as we have with Plexus, it's the greatest vehicle for better health and better finances and financial freedom that we'll probably see in our lifetime. So trust me when I say Susie has undergone some serious self-growth, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been out of control, right? Sis? Let's be honest right here.
Okay.
It's amazing what she's transformed into.
So I feel like you're hogging.
I did.
I feel like you went completely off what we were talking about.
The story way in the beginning.
Rewind. Back to the beginning.
Suze.
We've been married a long time, y'all. 25 years.
So here we are. Okay, wait.
Stop
recording. We're starting.
If y'all are really lucky, you might hear from Chris's heart.
Okay. Suze.
Yo, one day we were doing one of
This is a
these,
disaster.
and Chris goes, okay, not many guys around. We do a lot of girl things every day.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he goes, hear my heart on
I
this.
swear I said it. And I looked at Suze. I go, did I say hear my heart on this?
I literally, we couldn't even function. Like, I have tears running down my face.
Rolling down my face.
We
Okay.
all heard his heart. So,
Okay.
So anyways, back up. So we get the pink drink amidst him making fun of me.
Yes.
He goes on Facebook. He
Yes.
makes a before-after picture to mock me before we ever even had the products.
1 hour apart. You guys, I'm like poofing out my cheeks going, Susie says I'm going to drink this pink stuff and it's going to transform me.
Yes.
And then I came back on an hour later and I was like, you guys, this stuff is freaking amazing.
Yeah. We didn't even have the products,
We
okay?
didn't have them,
and
no.
he was tagging the person that we signed
Yeah.
up with, and we all thought it was funny. So the joke ended up being on him, though,
Yes.
because we got the products.
Yeah.
They worked. It literally transformed him. Like, y'all, he would not exercise before Plexus.
No.
And now, since he started Plexus 4.5 years ago, I think you could probably count on one hand the amount of
In
days
4.5
that
years.
he hasn't
Yeah.
exercised.
True story.
Like, what's that?
Yeah.
He
I
didn't
used to
sleep through
say,
the night?
I told Susie, I go, look, if I am running, I promise you something is chasing after me, so call for help. I mean, like, I did not exercise on purpose at all, right?
He literally did not sleep through the night and took hardcore sleeping meds he still did not sleep through the night.
Yeah.
Now he sleeps literally too well. Like, the dogs wake us up. He doesn't wake up, just me. I'm
No.
like, what? Wake up.
I'm a sleep champion at night
He's
now.
a sleep champion. I don't know. Like, he's just changed overall.
So I lost 36 pounds. My doctor's asking me questions what I'm doing because my lab work came back. I've been on medication for my high blood pressure, and from the time I was 17. Now, I was not overweight. I was an athlete in high school and in college, but long story, I had this
he had a tumor on his adrenal gland to his heart. Should have died.
But I monitored my blood pressure forever. When I showed up at the hospital when I had a stroke and I was 17, my blood pressure was 274 over 173. If you know anything about blood pressure, I was literally dying on the table.
That's crazy.
And so, like, I've always had this whole blood pressure thing. Well, my doctor calls up, and I had already started the products, but I walked in, and after I'd already started, and I said, hey, can I take this stuff? And he looks it over, and his exact words were, well, I don't think it's going to kill you. And I was like, what? Was that a yes? Was that a no? And so I'm like walking up to go to the office, and so he calls me, my doctor, 30 days later and said, hey, your blood pressure is running as low as I've ever seen it. I'm going to cut your medicine in half. I want you to come back and have the nurse. You don't have to have an appointment. Just have the nurse check it and bring back your pink drink stuff. I want to take a more serious look at it. And I looked at Susie and I go, hey, does this stuff help with blood pressure? And she was like, yeah, it's supposed to. So, like, I show back up. Well, that kind of gives you the idea of what we were doing. We were just taking products and we were seeing results that were insanely awesome, right?
Oh, I'm picking up Carson.
Yeah, that's okay.
Picking up one of my kids' Bluetooth. So, okay, and here's my little, and we're going to make this fast because I can tell we're talking too long already, but my testimony.
Yes.
So
let him get out tissues. You guys gather your tissues.
Yo,
you can quit that, Dr. Pepper. She stopped it. Okay, go, Sis, go.
So, but no, seriously, like, I was the picture of health. Anybody, if anybody, they wouldn't have approached me about health supplements because they would have assumed that I already had that all together.
Correct.
All I wanted to do was quit Diet Dr. Pepper. I didn't need to lose a pound. And so here's what happened. I did quit Diet Dr. Pepper. I figured out pretty quickly that the Probio, BioCleanse, and Slim were making me, for the first time probably in my life, be able to go to the bathroom without taking Miralax, which is what I was taking to go to the bathroom pre-Plexus.
Big story here.
Terrible
it's a big
for
story.
you.
It's huge.
Actually,
are you kidding me?
Also, my hormonal issues started getting better very quickly.
Her hormonal issues got tremendous. My beatings were lessened by a third after Susie started.
Okay. I might still have a few hormonal issues, but here's the
some.
deal. I'm 40. I'm almost 45, y'all. I'll be 45 next month. So for my stuff to get better in 4 years. I've got a little sign.
Send help.
You're disrupting the
I'm sorry, go.
I'm sorry, Jennifer.
Okay.
I can't take him anywhere.
I know.
Okay, so, and then here's the other thing. Plantar fasciitis, I had the worst heel pain ever. And I didn't think it could get better. I tried inserts in my shoes. I tried expensive shoes. I went to doctors. I tried everything that you could try. I walked around, no kidding, with a roller stick rolling up and down my leg at all times because that was supposed to help. So I looked a little crazy. So I started the pink drink 5 days in. I'm like, I think my heel pain's getting better. And he laughed at me. He said, you think it's that pink drink? And I go, it's the only thing I've done different. 2 weeks went by. It was like 65% better. A month in, no more pain. I have had no more pain since then, knock on wood.
Yeah.
At some point, Chris was like, I believe you, but don't tell people because that sounds witch doctory.
Yeah. You think it fixes everything, Susie? Right. That's what I told her. I like, don't tell people.
But then with all of our results, we did just start telling everybody. And so here comes point number 1. We started sharing naturally. We didn't even know that it was a business. I didn't know that you could make money. I signed up for the $34.95 to get the cheapest, just like a Sam's Club membership. Like, I'm cheap. I wanted the best price. So we were telling people not in an effort to make money. We were telling people in an effort to improve their life. And one of the things we've heard for 4.5 years is, I could tell that you were really genuine about helping me, right? Yeah. And so be genuine. Always be thinking about the person that you're talking to, what the product or the business can do for them. Do not be thinking, ooh, if I could get this person, I would go super silver. Yeah. Or whatever.
Okay, so here's the next point. This is a super huge thing that I want you to remember. Some of you watching this have been an ambassador for a while, but you've never fully engaged. I just know it because we have over 35,000 people on our team, and we've seen people that never did anything that suddenly, like in the last 90 days, are blossoming into this, racing through the ranks ambassador. But here's what I want to tell you. You guys, the actions that you're willing to take, okay, the amount you're willing to post on Facebook, to invite your neighbor, to invite your mom, is equal to the amount of belief that you have that you can do it.
True.
Okay?
That's a true story.
And so I want you to know something. We have to build your belief that you can do it. You can start at whatever level you are in this business. But here's my advice to you. Enthusiastically invite people every day, because your prospects have no defense against enthusiasm.
They don't.
None. If you're genuinely excited.
I have a lipstick story.
Okay.
So
look
Chris,
where we're at time-wise, Susie.
Chris says this all the time about nobody has a defense against your enthusiasm. So I have to tell you, we were getting ready for my 14-year-old's Christmas formal, and we were in Dillard's. And I hate shopping. I hate dresses. I hate heels. And I hate makeup. So this was a pretty big deal for me.
Hate's a big word, Suze.
I do.
Okay.
So I was having to do all that. Well, this guy is so excited to show her this red lipstick at the makeup counter. And he's like, I have the perfect red lipstick. I'll show you how to put it on. And he's so exuberant and so enthusiastic that somehow I walk out of there and I spend $80 on a lipstick and maybe a liner. I don't even know. I would never spend that much money. Y'all, I buy my makeup at like Walmart and Dollar Tree. And here I spent $80. I knew I was buying it from like the second she sat in his chair because he was so excited. I did not have a defense against his enthusiasm.
And so that's what we're telling you. The same is true with your Plexus invitations. Some of y'all, and the reason I say that is because in the very beginning when you first join, it comes natural. Like you're excited. You're thinking, hey, this might change everything. And man, I really need, the financial piece of this, or, these products are really helping people. But slowly that starts to dissipate. You kind of get away from the excitement. You're not surrounding yourself with other people that are excited. And so you have to engage to where you understand that, like, for Susie and I, okay, like this is Susie and I, we give 1,000% of this to the Lord. Like, we feel so confident that the Lord put Plexus in our life that when we pray every day, like that he show us people that need this business or need this products, we stay fully engaged. But for you, whatever your faith is, okay, whatever your faith is, you don't have to like believe what we believe, but you should probably believe in the Lord. I'm just saying, no, for real. No, I want you to know this, that like I want you to recognize that there's the spiritual piece of this, so you can use that and it will help grow your business. But the enthusiasm and the excitement, your prospect has no defense against. Now, when we received our first check from Plexus, true story, it was for over $4,000.
Our first check without knowing what we were doing.
We didn't know what we were doing.
No, I didn't.
I looked at Susie and I said, I think we've done something illegal. And I like it. Okay. I mean, like, I couldn't believe that we could earn that type of income that quickly. So I want you to know, if you're watching this and there's a financial need that you have, you need to get busy. You need to start inviting some people, because the opportunity today is better than when we joined.
Absolutely.
The tools we have, the innovative products we have, the products that are about to blow your mind that we've heard stories about.
Put in place. Y'all, we just came back from corporate and literally our minds are blown. The people like Cindy Latham, like she is genius. And I just, everybody we talked to and everybody we met, they've done so much. Like 4 years ago when we joined, I was printing out paper and putting it in a binder for my new ambassadors. If that tells you anything. That's how much information we had. Jennifer will remember. No resources, and now we have so many resources.
So here's what I want you to know. Remember I told you a second ago, I said the amount of action that you're willing to take, I already know this, is based upon the amount of belief that you have. And there's 3 areas that you have to have belief. And then we're wrapping a bow around this, and we're going to send you on your way and say, hey, we'll see you guys at convention.
Because otherwise we could talk for 4 hours.
We really could, but listen to me. I need you to have belief in our products. You can have and build this belief by surrounding yourself with people and watching their lives being changed. You can be a part of a testimonies page. We have a testimonies page that has 45,000 people.
It has a lot.
But we read these stories all the time. And so when you're inviting people, you already know that if they'll just be open-minded enough to take in the products, that they could have a massively positive outlook for their health, right?
Y'all, our products are literally changing lives every single day.
Yep.
I had a friend of mine who she is my ambassador, but she didn't want the business. She just joined for the discount. She sends me her before. I might had a couple conversations with her. I knew she was liking the products. We had tweaked some things. She sends me a picture the other day. We're driving somewhere, and I go, holy moly. She's lost 24 pounds in the last 6 months. I'm going to tell you what she's taking because I know you're going to ask me. Triplex, Accelerator, and Edge.
Edge, yeah.
Not Block, just Triplex, Accelerator, and Edge. She's lost 24 pounds. She has gone down I think that was 3 sizes.
Yeah. And it was so casual. Like
and
and remember first that time we were at Macy's cheerleading
we were at Macy's
and she's sitting in front of us and she goes, that stuff, you guys, that plexus stuff is changing my health. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then she sends a picture, right?
So, and of course she has people asking. She has no interest in the business, but she has people asking because they can tell she's lost 24 pounds.
So belief in the products is a must. It's where the foundation of your success is going to start. So you have to believe in the products. The next thing you have to believe in is the company. You would not think that this would be that important, but it's huge. And really, we're not having this conversation with y'all if we didn't have amazing leaders like Alec Tarl, Cindy, Sarah. We are not having this conversation. The average life expectancy of a network marketing company is 17 months. And so we're more concerned about where we're going to be 50 years from now. Most companies are trying to survive for a few years, make a couple bucks, and then move on. If you're not sharing the legacy aspect of this company with your prospects, you are missing out. You are missing out. You need to know that it's a safe place for you to bring your loved ones. It's a safe place for people that have tried other network marketing opportunities and failed. It's because the company has your best interest. I'm going to give you this example. We were in Vegas. I was about to go on stage for something, right?
I don't even know.
Okay. But I look over, okay, and Alec Clark, become a good friend of ours.
Love him.
Alec Clark is crying. You guys, not like, hoo. He's alligator crying, right? And I look at him and I'm like, ooh, this is not good. This is a terrible place for this. Somebody has died, right? I'm sure of it. So I go, hey, buddy. And I'm like, everything okay? And he goes, it's a lot of pressure and it's so exciting. And I get so emotional when I see and hear the stories about y'all's lives being changed by the products and by the business. He goes, sometimes I get overwhelmed. And I told Susan, I looked at Susan, I go, this part of his character has to be shared because he cares so much for y'all that it's not about just showing up and making some money and everyone goes, woo. It's not like that. They care so much about you guys that once again, if you're not sharing this part of the business and you don't feel proud to be aligned with a company like this, then you're missing out by not sharing that. So the company itself, I'm going to spill a little something here I'm not supposed to spill. We're out of room at corporate because, next year we're projected to do $750 million in sales and then $1 billion. And our biggest growth as a company should happen over the next 2 to 3 years. But you guys have got to be engaged. If you're going to put a team on the ground, I call it boots on the ground, where you're going to reap the rewards of the long-term residual income, now is the time.
It is the time.
It is the time. And here's the last thing. There's a place of belief that's most important over everything else. Okay.
Because if you don't have belief right here,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So you have got to have belief in you. You have to believe that you can do this. Like, I don't know how to make you. I wish I could jump to your screen and rattle some of you, because some of you have been sitting on the sidelines for so long, you forgot what it's like to be in the game. It's like, here's the weird part. Plexus people are the coolest, most supporting, loving people we've ever met.
The most support cheerleaders.
Jennifer's diamond. Go, Jennifer. Go, Jennifer. Right? And it will jump in. Woo! Yeah, and all of a sudden, hey, Catherine Smith, you got it. You're going to go Ruby. Like, watch. And then all of a sudden, you removed yourself from the equation as the person that's going to be advancing.
You're just
on the sidelines
on.
going like this. Maybe you've surrounded yourself with negative people. Maybe you have people around you that are telling you, oh, you tried 20 other things and failed. Maybe you don't believe you can do it, and we've got to build this belief. This is the most important belief of all, because until you tell yourself, until at your core, you look in the mirror and you say, I'm going to do this, okay? I want you to stop saying, I'm going to try and do this. My dad, a Dale Carnegie trainer that has trained all over the world, said, trying is failing with honor, okay? It's like this. It's like giving yourself an excuse to fail. And he didn't mean it bad, because he wants you to give your best effort. But what I'm telling you now is you've got to make a decision that you're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. But I promise you, anybody can do it, okay? Like, we
take our picture.
Hey,
if we can do it, anybody can
these
do
two
it.
total dorky yahoos who know nothing, if we can do this, you can do it. We've seen every personality. We've seen people that were broke. We've seen people that were rich. We've seen people that were pretty. We've seen people that were fat.
People that were techie, people that were not techie.
It does not matter. What you're
homeschooling moms of like 11.
Yeah, what a lot of you do is you look at some reason you're going to tell yourself why you're not going to be successful, and you go, well, I don't know enough people. I live in a small town, and that's where you got to stop. That's where you got to stop it. We got to build the belief in you. I'm going to give you a very simple homework assignment. And this book has nothing to do with network marketing company. Nothing to do with any network marketing company. The Bible. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I want you to go get the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Okay? Nothing to do with it. I know they have one in the digital age, but the book that I was taught and read when I was 6 years old was How to Win Friends and Influence People.
His dad. That was his nighttime reading.
So I want you to do it, and then I want you to work on yourself. I want you to get all Sonia Dudley on you and start giving yourself positive affirmations.
It's true.
Remove yourself from negative people.
Yes.
When those people quit, their goal is to make you quit. They hope so bad that they can grasp onto you and say, let's stay right here in Mediocreville because everyone else, I got to put myself out there and get out of my comfort zone. And we're over here yelling, we're dragging people. We will literally drag you by your shirt tail out of your comfort zone, because that's where you're going to experience all the growth, and that's where you're going to get better.
And here's what you have to know. Jennifer's experienced it. We've experienced it. Not everybody's going to like what you're doing or want to join you or say yes. You're going to get a lot of no's. You're going to get people. I have good friends that literally will not say the word plexus to me.
It's the
I
truth.
don't even understand it.
Seriously.
The only thing that I can ever make sense of is it threatens where they're at. And this is the same true. Like, people, you'll know this if you've ever tried to lose weight. When you start trying to lose weight, you will have people that will like bring you donuts to your desk at work.
Sabotage
They're
you.
trying to sabotage you.
Yep.
It's the same way with the plexus business.
Yep.
And it's because your efforts to better yourself are making them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And they don't want to change.
Yep.
Do not let that sway you. If it's your spouse, this is a hard one.
Oh.
I always just tell everybody, just make sure your checks get bigger and bigger, and then they will come aboard.
That's right. Or maybe it's a loved one. Like, this is me. Mom, turn on your subscription. I'm trying to go silver. I'm kidding, but you guys know what I'm saying. But listen, you guys can do this. It's going to take work. One of the things that we constantly say to our team is consistent effort over time equals success, okay? But don't look for it for the short term. Don't jump in and go 100% when you get off this.
And there will be hard times.
Yeah.
Like, know that. There will be hard times. There will be bumps. Like, listen, I could have easily turned this whole thing off when I walked into my office shortly. I think we probably were like gold. I walked in my office, and my older brother, who I respect greatly, says to me, Suze, enough with the plexus stuff on Facebook. I'm going to have to like hide you on my friends.
Yeah.
My brother.
Yeah.
I go, like, what? And I'm a people pleaser, y'all. I am pretty much queen of the people pleasing community.
Now, I'm not that person.
He's not, but I am. And so I could have easily toned it way back at that point and been like, well, gosh, I don't want to bother people. But I already knew what our products were doing for people. And I think we'd already gotten a check.
Yeah.
The $4,000
Yeah.
check.
So
And I go, well, just tag me. Sorry. And
Yeah.
you know what? My brother makes a really nice check every month from Plexus.
yeah.
So he's pretty interested in his Plexus business now.
So now it's like, it's on you. Okay. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. But I'm going to encourage you right now to stop playing ambassador. And on our team, and I have a feeling it's the same as with Jennifer, everybody is welcome. Okay. Meaning that we don't care where you're at in life. We don't care what you believe. We don't care if you're gay, straight, black, white, green. We don't care. We love everybody. And you guys need to be sharing that because the Plexus culture people.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
And
like
people need a sense of community.
Yeah.
They are craving it. People are lonely. In the most connected time of all times with the internet, with Facebook, with Instagram, people are lonely and they want relationships and they need people that will encourage them and support them, period.
Yes,
End of
that's
story.
right. End of story. So we're out, you guys. Thanks for letting us.
Sing.
We have to sing, don't we?
So long. Farewell. We hate to see you go.
Don't sell this on eBay.
Okay.
Sorry, Lita, we had to do it.
Bye.
Mwah.
We don't want to steal your
Hey,
thunder.
thanks for letting us hang out with y'all.
Love you.
See you
Bye.
guys.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, he totally hung up on us. Guys, have you ever in your entire life, seriously, like I've never met anyone like them, but I'll tell you something. I have more belief now than I did before that call started. So I hope that you take what they said. I'm going to post the link for this. Tag your team members in it because we all need to be electrocuted, right? That's exactly what they did. They electrocuted us. And I will tell you, Plexus is moving in an amazing direction. They're going to start a My Plexus Life series, and it will be leaders in the company going live, literally just recording what their life is like as a day in an ambassador's life. So it's not all glamour and it's not all butlers. Like, you know, you think of a diamond ambassador. So someone called me from corporate today to ask me to do this video. Well, I didn't. Danielle is her name, and we've become friends. And she says, we want to ask you if you would be willing to do this. How have you been doing, by the way? I saw that you've been working out. So I say to her, yeah, I've got my Kegels going on, because I thought that was really funny. She says, Jennifer, Alec and Tarla and the coaching team are in here on the speakerphone. I was like, why didn't you warn me? Thanks a lot. So there's that. So anybody can do this. I can't believe they just did this amazing video. Did that just blow you guys' mind? Seriously. Although I was hoping they would sing rap. Did you hear them listening to rap music in there? So funny. Okay, so I'll post the link. You guys are super loved, super prayed for, and don't sit on the sidelines. Super good.